What's good with it in the hood with it? Welcome back to the Collective Clips where you already know we get it in. But before we get it in, let's hit that like and subscribe button. Ding! Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directing the direction of the dope content I'm kicking. And I highly appreciate all the support, man. We're going up on this channel and it's all because of you. And for that, I can say I'm very humbled, man. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. So, Bozo the clown, right? That's what people call him. And I guess when you gain attention, when you have a platform, when you're out there speaking division and pretty much hatred for one side, then there's going to be people that call you a clown. Okay. I myself, I think I have a little bit more respect in that than to call this man a clown when I don't know him personally, or I've seen things that I don't necessarily agree with or understand. But at the same time, they don't warrant enough for me to call him a clown, because I don't think this individual Bozo is not intelligent. I think he believes he's more intelligent than he really is. Okay, and there's people like that all the time. Some people say that about me. Gun, you think you know everything. Oh, I haven't even begun, bro. I don't know shit, right? But I'm continuously trying to educate myself and learn new things and adapt to my surroundings and stay aware of what's going on and respectfully, hear everyone out and agree to disagree or not. When it comes to Bozo, this guy, I believe, loves social media because it provides this man a platform to speak his mind. I'm not going to lie. Social media has allowed me, a platform to speak my mind, to get my point across, to give my perspective on things. That's cool, right? I think we could all agree. If you got something to say it. And with social media, the world sees it just like that. Now, when you're speaking division, hatred, animosity, and you're stewing in it, then your energy is going to come off real Bozo-ish. People are going to see you and be like, hey, bro, this guy right here, I don't really care for what he's saying, because you might agree with him on certain things, but the way he spews the venom, nobody wants to be around a snake, right? Everyone believes that every snake is poisonous just based on the actions of one. So when you have snake tendencies and you're constantly spewing that division, nowadays the raza don't want to be around that shit. Shit's moved on. People have pressed forward. They're tired of the old views. Advancement demands change. So you have to change your views and your ways of thinking, but you can't teach an old dog new tricks. And when it comes to Bozo, he's an old dog. This is a 40-plus-year-old man still trying to aggravate the situation of North and South. So this guy goes on the No Pumper podcast the other day, No Jumper, with Adam 16, right? And after so much of talking about Adam and disrespecting Adam and saying Adam was a clown and he was utilizing the raza and that only fucking suckers and clowns and J-Cats and Edgars and these are the type of people that go on Adam, Adam 16's platform, basically clowning other people for going on the platform, he decides to pull up and show up. Okay? Ain't nothing new. Everybody does that, or it seems like everybody's been doing it. That's the trend nowadays. Talk all that shit about Adam, clown him, clown others, make others feel stupid for going on his platform, for sitting down with someone that you could just Google and see that he's associated with, or a lot of people have claimed that he has done a lot of wild shit with youngsters, right? Real crazy shit. Just Google it. And voice that like Bozo has in the past, and go to the, and then show up at the platform, pop up at the platform and kick back and I guess answer all this man's questions. You can't selective politic, okay? I guess you can, but it's not a good look for you. It never is at the end. There's always going to be somebody who feels some type of way. But let's be truthful here. What is selective politicking? Because that's what it seems Bozo has participated in. Selective politicking is when there's going to be two votos there. Maybe one from your barrio and maybe one that's not. And this is also homeboy favoritism and individualism. You could throw it all in, right? And it doesn't necessarily have to be a gang thing. It could be anything. It pertains to life in general. This guy is your homeboy. You grew up with him. You know him. It's your taita. You guys done broken houses together. Did all the riff-raff bullshit together. And this guy you just met over a fucking bowl of cold soup that didn't even taste too good, right? So they both catch some weird charge. You're in the county jail with them. Of course, you're pushing the agenda over here on this guy, and your homeboy comes through with the same exact charge, and it's like, oh no, you start covering for him. He's good because that's your boy, but he's not, right? Or I've even seen it in the reverse where, oh, now's my chance to snake on my boy that I've always wanted to pinch his old lady's ass. So let me smut him up because I know a lot about him, so I could smut him up. And this guy I just met over the cold bowl of lumpy ass soup, you know, the young ass soup that Adam likes, is cool. I've seen it happen in the reverse in every form. That's selective politicking. Not holding people accountable for the same bullshit. Picking and choosing who's cool and who's not. Okay, so that's what happens with that. And there's a lot of people that go sit down. I guess they believe that his platform is going to help push them, help get them more views, help gain them some more notoriety. But I haven't seen no one yet blow up off him. I've seen people get locked up off of him. I've seen people get talked about off of him. I've seen people like Milk74 go on and ruin his channel off of him. But I ain't seen no one blow up off of him. You know, people might talk about you, but they're not talking about you in the positive light. So I haven't really seen nothing that warrants fucking traveling to his spot and really doing something. Again, I'm not hating on you going there. To each man their own. You just have to make the conscious decision. You can't sit there and talk about other people and call people Edgars and J-Cats and clowns and punks for going on this guy's podcast and then you pull up. Okay, so Bozo pulled up the other day to No Jumper for whatever reason he has, right? And I think it's just to hear himself talk. And he's blued down from the feet up, right? And correct me if I'm wrong, but in Northern California and Southern California, okay, let's divide it for a minute since Bozo is, right? Let's divide it for a minute. In Northern California, you're going to see a lot of the raza wearing red, okay? Is it the color of preference? It's the color you grew up around, and not everyone does it. But red is the more dominant color in Northern California, just as like blue you would think would be the more dominant color in Southern California. But quietly as it's kept, that's not the case. See, in Southern California, vatos don't even trip off the norte. They don't wake up in the morning like, I fucking gotta wear blue because I fucking might see a norteño. There's dudes that go through the Southern California tip their whole life that never even think or thought or knew what a norteño was, period, ever. It's not on their mind. They're not tripping unless they get locked up or they watch YouTube. Do they know what a norteño is? So vatos wear every color. I've seen vatos wear red, green, blue. You know, if you're from a vato and your vato wears a certain color, yellow, whatever it is, that's the color they're going to wear. But I've seen people wear 49ers hats in the San Fernando Valley because they like the SF. I've seen, you know, fools flamed up from head to toe in certain neighborhoods. You know, they're not tripping off colors. They're not color banging. That's Crips and Blood stuff. You know, raza don't trip off colors. You know, in Northern California, yes, we grew up around red, the red color. You know, that is the symbolization of the norteño. Not that they're color banging, it just is the more the color worn. Now, if you're wearing all red flamed up from head to toe, you can say, okay, that guy's either he's loyal to the Norte cause, he's associated, or that's what he claims, right? Now, you got to understand, Northern California is different. There is red and blue. There is not color banging, but there is Southsiders that their way to stand out amongst everyone else, the upstaters, is to wear blue. You know, and then you have the Norteños pumping the red just because, you know, it's the opposite. But at the same time, in Southern California, I've never seen it. But it seems like every time I see this guy Bozo, he goes on these podcasts, he's blued up. He wants everyone to know he's representing Southside, homie. Ain't nothing wrong with being proud of where you're from. But when you're a 40-something-year-old man, you don't wear the colors because you're trying to represent where you're from. You wear the colors because it looks good and it matches the shoes that day. And plus the hyenas like you in that color. You know, so maybe there's a torta that loves Bozo and blue. You know, maybe there's a chirujo that does. I don't know. But at the end of the day, one thing I do know for sure is he makes sure that he's fucking gloved up, Ben Davis. I mean, maybe that's his stilo, okay? I'm not clowning his style. I'm just saying once you get to be a certain age, bro, you know, colors are irrelevant. Doesn't matter where you're from. You know, I'll wear blue tomorrow, green this day, and red fucking this morning, right? It's just what it is. So anyways, this guy goes on No Jumper. And in true typical fashion, one of the things that catches me about Bozo, I used to think he was very highly intelligent. And I believe he is smart and educated. He's educated himself. Could he humble himself? Absolutely. We all could, right? But it is what it is. But what I don't what I'm starting to think differently now, because he talks to people like Wes Watson talks to people, like they're smaller than him or like they're not of understanding. Okay, if someone asks you a question and you're giving an explanation Why do you got to do it in Morse code or hieroglyphics? Why can't you just be straight up? Why do you have to say, if you could understand what I mean? If you could understand what I'm saying. If the fucking Vato doesn't understand what you're saying, why are you even on this podcast? Hey, I hate when people do that. Okay, that, you know what I'm saying? That right there is slang. We've all said it at least once or twice in our life. You know what I'm saying, right? It just, especially in Northern California, it started to come out natural. There was motherfuckers that I've interviewed that have said it 100 times, and I'm like, damn, you said it a gang of times. You know what I'm saying, right? You can take a shot for every time they say it. It's natural. It just, sometimes it's overused, that phrase, right? But when you're telling someone, if you could understand what I'm saying, basically you're saying, I don't think you're smart enough to understand the words that are coming out my fucking stinky ass mouth. So Bozo likes to use that because it makes him feel more superior or more knowledgeable than the person even interviewing or that he's around. He constantly does that. Trip out on it, right? So as Adam, fucking Detective Adam 16 is asking his questions, Bozo's answering them not to the best of his knowledge, but according to his agenda, what he feels. So he was asked a question, you know, because Rowdy Rax, who's a Southern California rapper, a good rapper, pretty good. And I'm not just saying this because of what he said. He's a fucking good rapper, period, plain and simple. I know there was a lightweight little beef for 10 seconds with Lefty Gunplay, and then they end up becoming friends and killing that noise, which is a smart thing to do. I'm starting to like Lefty even more and more. Even though he was in high power with Tory Lanez, I'm starting to like him more because he's seeing the bigger picture. He's taking a step back, right? Put the whatever you're taking down and realize that if you want to keep getting that bag and generate more numbers and become bigger and elevate the game, you have to think about what you're saying before you're saying it, Frank, right? Is that what they call him? So he has to really sit back and realize that, hey, there's more to this. I want to do this in the long run. I want to become an actor. I want to become an entrepreneur. I want to get that same chain that fucking dude in Texas got, the big fat one, right? In order to get those things, you have to listen to the circle around you that's educated and take a step back and think about what you're saying before you say it. He has done that. In the midst of doing that, him and Rowdy Rax were able to, hey man, sidestep any type of beef, come together like butt cheeks, which Wes Watson will never figure out. And when they came together, right, they made music and that was it, and made money. You know, you make music, it equals money. So anyways, Rowdy Rax is a great rapper, man. I've always liked his style. He's get down, he's low key. And he could get down. I could do without the N-word. He uses the N-word a lot. But I could do without anyone in the world using the N-word. If that word disappeared right now, I could say, now there we go. I just don't think it's a respectful word, not even for brothers to say. Nobody. You know, just like I don't believe the word white boy is fucking good. I don't believe any derogatory term towards a Mexican. I definitely don't believe the N-word. We could do with all that, because all that shows is individualism, undecisiveness, division, and racism. And I just don't like it. It's not popular in my household, period. So now, I won't teach my kids that shit. So now, Rowdy Rax decides, being a Southern California rapper, and I don't know what barrio he's from or what he represents like that, you know, makes a statement that he's willing to do a rap song with the Norteno, to do a collab. Ain't nothing wrong with that. We've been waiting on that for years. I think the majority of people that listen to Chicano rap or Northern California rap or Southern California rap, and I hate to say it and give it a label, but that's just what it is, because it's pretty much that now. There's so much division within the rap scene, right? And there's people like myself that rap is secondary. I'm a fucking R&B fan. So let's get Jodeci over fucking Lefty Gunplay any day. You know what I'm saying? New Edition over fucking Asito any fucking week. And that's just how it is. But at the same time, he's willing to collab. Hell no. Charlie, Bozo says. Ain't no fucking way, you see? Right? I don't know what made him the authority or the final, the straw that broke his camel's back, right? He ain't Capone. I don't know who told him that he has some type of authority. He's damn near a 50-year-old man trying to dictate what this younger generation does. Basically saying chale and speaking for them. I myself, I'm going to be 46. Bozo, we're old. I said, straight up, we're old. I might look good. And there might be a gang of tortas that want to walk, and they do that anyways. But at the end of the day, we're older gentlemen, and our words don't mean shit to these youngsters. If you're gonna say anything, if there's gonna be anything coming out of mine or your mouth, it needs to be educational and about the cultura, right? To them, because that's only what people need to hear. We don't tell them what we want to hear. We tell them what they need to hear. You know, that's real game. Homes knowledge you can't get in college. But anyways, this Vato tells that Adam asks him, hey, what do you think about Rowdy? You know what I mean? If you look at Adam, there's a stretch mark right here. I don't know where that came from. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what he's learning in the new films, but he's like, hey, what do you think about Rowdy Rex wanting to do songs with Nortenos? If you guys don't see the fucking instigation right there, you must have bumped your head, right? Because why are you going to ask a 45, 50-year-old man a question that is irrelevant to him? Now, I understand he wants his perspective on it, but basically he wants to stir the pot. What do you think? They want to do songs with Nortenos, right? So when he asked him, Bozo immediately, he said, it'll never, Charlie Holmes, you know, them vatos hate us. But at the same time, ain't this the same individual Bozo that said the Nortenos have already waved the white flag? We won the war. They want to worship us. They want to be like us. How they want to be like you and worship you if they hate you? I mean, you can't eat your frijoles with queso or not. You know, you can't have them both ways. So I don't understand how in the one light you can say they want to be like us, they emulate us, they're this, they're that, and then at the same light say the Nortenos, man, they hate us. They would never work with us, right? Charlie Holmes, the Southerners shouldn't work with them. It's not worth it. Why isn't it worth it? You know how many people would love to see a North and South collaboration? I mean, I think it's bullshit, a North and South collaboration. I think it's just a whole bunch of good rappers rapping together. Doesn't matter where you're from, right? How can you sit there and go to guerra against the blacks, the brothers, constantly in prison? I can't eat after I'm speaking if you're a Southerner. I can't eat after the blacks. I can't function with them. We're on a different side of the day room, different side of the yard. We ain't fucking with them. We could do some business because money knows no color, but we can't do certain things because politics, this and that. But then you can get out and listen to blacks rap music, do concerts with blacks, do business dealings with them, go on tour with them, all that. You know, you heard Lefty Gun play, I can't fuck with Nortenos in Sacramento. Hell no, I ain't going up there. Fuck that. I ain't going up there, but I can go up there and chill with Lavish D. How are you going to go up there and chill with the black dude, but you can't chill with another Mexican dude? When the black dudes are even more of an enemy to you and will take your win quicker than a northerner. I don't get it, right? Now, I'm not promoting that, saying don't fuck with them because, man, I got a lot of respect for the brothers. I'm just saying, do you see the bullshit there? So when Bozo say, nah, that, you know, it's coming from a place of hatred. And he says, you don't understand, man. How would my homie feel if I did a song with the Norteño? It's going to be all bad in my hood. Well, here's the fucking newsflash, Bozo. Half the vatos from Southern California have never even seen a Norteño in real life. I remember when I first got down south to Nellis in the Youth Authority, fuckers were looking at me. They thought I was an alien. Hey, bro, is that a fucking Chicano or what? I said, yeah, fucking, do they serve papas and shorties, sir? Charlie, they got SOS. Shit, that's good enough, Holmes. You know, Ponle, let's go. They were looking at me because they had never seen a Norteño before, so they were trying to decipher and figure out the matrix and wonder what was different about me. Well, guess what was different about me? Maybe my dick was a little larger. Other than that, I was exactly the same thing, just the other side of the coin. Okay? Just like them, Holmes, I got up in the morning and brushed my teeth and washed my face. It's the same damn shit. There's no difference. Hey, if I would have grew up just a little further south, Bakersfield on back, you already know what it would have been on mine. Show! I'd have been with my Compton Primo doing the fucking Compton Wiggle. Hub City, right? If I would have grew up in Fresno, I'd have been barking through this whole video. You'd have been like, damn, you ever seen that fool Gunner? All he does is bark. It's all about where you grew up. There's nothing different. We're all brown. So this guy constantly utilizes any platform, Bozo, to spew hatred and division. Because he has an issue with the Norte, man. And I don't know what this issue is. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. If he was an upstater, I understand the issue. Absolutely. I understand the upstater issue. When you have to go out of your doorstep, off your porch every day, well, guess what? The boys in the hood are always hard. And so when you're going in the city of San Jose, Merced, Modesto, wherever the fuck you're going in Northern California, there is opposition. There is adversaries. There's motherfuckers looking for you. Okay, we see what happened in the King City shit. I'll be touching on that later on this week, but some more information and details. But you see that there are things, there's reasons why there's a hatred there. There's guerra. They're at real war. Okay, the Southern California, they're not at war with the Norte. Do you know that a lot of Norteños, and I'm going to speak from a different perspective here, a lot of Norteños respect the Southsiders from the Sur, but don't respect the ones from up north. And I'm going to tell you the reasons why. And there's no hatred on the upstaters. I got no hatred on the upstaters. My primos are fucking upstaters. right? I grew up when A-Town was getting started, and they're very well known. The way Norteños look at upstaters is this. These are vatos that couldn't cut it. These are vatos that invaded. These are vatos that are paisas that just want to be gang members. This is the different types of things that are said. You know, whether it be fucking bullshit or not, this is how Norteños think about upstaters. Vatos like Chito Ranas. Like, Chito couldn't be from a barrio. Chito. No, the vatos just chose to be from the south side. They grew up in that apartment complex or whatever. And that's that, man. Doesn't make them no different either. You know, I'm not going to lie. There was a lot of paisas that moved from Los Angeles or from Southern California and brought that influence with them, you know, and started to establish. But there was also a lot of Chicanos that came from LA, San Diego, the IE that established and started shit. And then there was a lot of hoods that were already there from the old school. It's been around for a long time. Whatever the case may be, that's the propaganda that's thrown out there in Northern California about upstaters. Now, when it comes to vatos, actual Sureños, Southsiders from Southern California, residents or whatever you are, they're respected. Vatos will be like, yeah, them's real Sureños right there because they're from Southern California. Okay? That's the way the Norteños think. Let me tell you the way the Southsiders think. They don't think about Norteños at all. Half of the vatos only heard about Norte because their tío got out of prison and told them, hey, I was there with the Northern Raza. For reals, how are they, eh? I don't know, very militant and they just do their thing. Orale, right? That's it. And they ain't tripping. Hey, they hear that story one day, they drink a pisto the next day, they're fucking busy shooting their enemies down south. This is how it is. So Bozo seems to have a bone to pick or trip off Norteños for some reason. Now, I know he's been incarcerated. Maybe he was involved in an incident. Maybe. But to sit there and speak, what gave him the voice, be the voice of the voiceless and say that these rap, it would never happen. And then blame Norteños for it. If Rowdy Rex wants to do his thing and work with the Norteño, why not, man? Unless he's told by a certain group, a certain organization that, chale, Holmes, it ain't in the best interest of the gente, then he knows when to slide back. But if he wants to get the bag, why are you preventing that youngster from getting a bag? What's going to be so wrong with it? Let me tell you, here's the true fact of the matter, Mr. Bozo. If him and say fucking GB or Rico Too Smooth decide to make an album together and make a whole bunch of money, a big pile of money, and promote it and do their thing, Holmes, what are you so scared of? Do you think the fucking sun's not going to fucking rise the next day? Do you think water's not going to be cold if you put it in the refrigerator? Do you think something's going to change? Do you think they're automatically going to stop selling tortillas at Lucky's? Do you guys still have a Lucky store? Old school, huh? Do you think fucking they're not going to have the blue light special at Kmart? Do you guys still have a Kmart? That's old school too. I'm stuck in the 90s, huh? The 80s. But I'm saying, you know, do you think fucking they're not going to show reruns on the fucking TV comedy channel of Brady Bunch? You'll be fine, Bozo. They'll still be showing fucking Greg Brady touching on Jan. Don't trip, Holmes. It's right up yours and Adam's alley. I'm saying this, and this is true story, right? Nothing's going to change but fucking some youngsters, the raza, making moves, getting more shine, and making money. Do I hope to see a North and South rap collab? Woohoo, they rap together. I hope the vatos weren't in the same booth, right? Come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? No, go in the booth with the E40 and let him spit something to you. It just doesn't make sense, man. So when this vato's promoting that hatred and spewing that bullshit, I don't get down. You know, let me know what you think. Or do you think he's just doing it like to stay relevant? But I see dudes, even when I see dudes from the North doing it, he said, them vatos hate us. There are a lot of Norteño rappers that mention the South, but they're not speaking about Southern California. They're speaking about their adversaries and their enemies right there. You know, I've seen so many guys from Southern California that didn't even like upstaters when I was locked up. Things have changed. Times have changed. You know, they're all under the same flag. But at one point in time, they used to call them 13 and a half and hey, the Sureños del Norte and all kinds of different things. I used to see them do this. Or didn't even care for them. You guys are fake, plastic, pochos, all that. You know, and then the dudes from upstate, they stood their ground, Holmes, and they showed why they warranted being, you know, accepted. And it seems like fucking Bozo just hates Northern California for some reason. I don't know what it is, man. You know, I just think you're damn near a 50-year-old man. The best thing to do is to stop fucking dressing a certain way and acting all fucking super high power and just do your thing, man. Promote some unity. It doesn't even have to be unity. Promote some progression with the people, some culture. If you're going to fucking go on a big platform like Adams, don't sit there and talk about, you know, fucking, hey, these vatos want to worship us and they waved the white flag, they lost and this and that. Bro, you weren't in prison that long. You know what I'm saying? I got more time in the toilet than you were in prison. So let me explain something to you, bro. You can't speak for the gente or for the fucking people that are in them places. Just like I can't. I'm no longer associated, or I know what you're going to say. Oh, fuck that dropout. Fuck that dropout. Bro, if you go back, Holmes, and you hit a 4-yard, you're probably going to drop out too. It just is what it is. Straight up. So stop it. With that being said, You know, and then you're going to go on Adam, who's fucking, Google his name, and the first thing that pops up is a dude like that and a fucking young girl like that. Come on, bro. How you going to sit down with an accused sex offender and then sit there and talk shit about the solid gente? With that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. Get everything that you want coming. And remember, at the end of this, about the strive, the struggle, the struggle, the strive. I'm going to continue what I do. Super Norteno this afternoon. Make sure you guys go pop in to Gunners Collective TV. I'm dropping bangers over there. It's back up and running. So go show some support, man. If you don't know about Gunners Collective TV, tap it in. Make sure you put the TV because that's how it pops up. And then you're going to see me there like this. This is the gun. Bang, bang.